Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Danny Man Talks Wrestling. With me, I'm your host, Danny Man. Today, I'm wearing the red glasses. You know what that means? It's time to talk about Monday Night Raw. Before we do, though, why don't you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications. I'm trying to post every day. Why don't you come and be a part of it? You know, beginning of the night, we obviously get a reminder that WrestlePalooza sucked. We get a recap about how everything sucked. They pretended like it was good, but we remember. We're not going to forget Triple H. But the first thing we have in the ring, we have Cody Rhodes come out talking about Crown Jewel, right? Facing the champion, and then who comes out? The Vision comes out. Then we have the face-off between Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes talking to Seth about how, I remember that you helped me when I came back. We had 2 matches, but then also you helped me win the championship. Then he talks about how he's already won 1 Crown Jewel championship. And yeah, Seth, just reminds him of the Rolex that he gave him, and he's like, "Are you a real one? Was this a real gesture, an empty gesture? What kind of person are you?" Really interesting that they're actually building a story towards this Crown Jewel match. I feel like last year with Gunther and Cody Rhodes, there was no match, right? The match was, hey, look, 2 champions are fighting against each other. And it was a great match, but there's no story leading up to it. So I'm glad that this year they're actually investing in that story. And you know what? I'm here for it. Throughout the night, we saw little bits and pieces of Seth Rollins kind of spiraling with this idea of Cody Rhodes and what kind of person he actually was. And was he a real person? Was he a real friend? Was he a fake friend? And then kind of Becky just like digging and digging and digging as Seth kind of spirals down this weird rabbit hole. So I feel like we're going to get an even more vicious Seth Rollins at Crown Jewel. And yeah, I'm excited for it for sure. I think, like I said, I'm glad they're actually building a story for this match. After this, we see that Jimmy confronts Jay in the backstage area, right? Apparently, Jay has made a match he went to Adam Pearce and made a match against LA Knight, and that's happening tonight, and Jimmy didn't know about it. He's asking him why. He's like, we should be going after the Vision. Jay really wants to go after LA Knight. He says that it's LA Knight's fault that they lost because of being the referee. Obviously, Jay spiraling, and again, we see little bits and pieces of Jay throughout the night. He gets confronted by Jimmy. He gets confronted by Cody Rhodes. Kind of, everyone is just concerned about this Jay that's going heel. I personally do think that Jay is going to turn heel. I think the ultimate match is going to be to run it back between Jay Uso and first I think that it's going to be Jay Uso against Cody Rhodes. And I think that Jay's actually going to beat Cody Rhodes for that Undisputed Championship. And then we're going to run it back between Jay Uso and Roman Reigns. But this time with the roles reversed, with Jay as a heel and Roman as a face, to kind of run it back to the beginning of the bloodline. So I'm excited for it. I'm definitely intrigued by this story. I don't know. We'll see where it goes. The War Raiders and Penta versus the New Day and Grayson Waller. Great match. Great match. I don't know what more I can say than that. I'm really over this storyline. I am so over this storyline. I think it's really not even building towards the tag team division, right? Like if these matches were building towards someone going after the tag team champions, I'd be in for it. If Penta were with his brother and like actually being a part of a tag team, I would be here for it. If Penta were by himself, I'd be here for it. I don't want the War Raiders with Penta. I just don't. I don't care about it. Let's call it over. Let's say this was it. It's done. I don't care anymore. Unfortunately, I do think that this is probably going to be a Crown Jewel match again. But I don't want it. After this, we see Bayley talking to Lyra in the back, asking Lyra to be in her corner during her match against Roxanne Perez. Lyra Valkyria is obviously a little bit confused because last time she saw Bayley went off on her. It was Karen Bayley that went off on her. So, the story continues. What kind of Bayley are we getting, right? And then this story between Lyra and Bayley just keeps developing. So Again, I'm not a huge fan of where Bayley is as a character right now, but I can definitely see it going somewhere. So I'm gonna give it time. I'm gonna be patient. We'll see where it goes. Stephanie Vaquer cuts her first promo as a champion in the middle of the ring. You know, her English has gotten so much better, man. I'm glad that they had the confidence to just give her the microphone, to just let her cut a promo in the middle of the ring. It was both in Spanish and in English. And you know what, man? Everyone's super excited for her, man. I mean, I feel like this woman has no haters, right? Like, you just can't hate her. She's just awesome. You know, in the past, when you have a promo being cut in a language that isn't English, people are like, what? And it gets really annoying. But people let her speak. She cut a great promo. Obviously, she's facing the winner of that triple threat match on SmackDown. At that triple threat match that's happening at SmackDown, she's facing the winner at Crown Jewel. Hopefully, it's not Nia Jax. That's all I'm going to say. We then get a reminder that Brock Lesnar versus John Cena was one of the main reasons WrestlePalooza sucked. Then we go to the back and Asuka confronts Stephanie Vaquer. She tells her that Io should have won the championship. Whatever, Bella is in the WWE right now, and Rhea are with Stephanie. Rhea confronts Asuka. She's like, I'm challenging you for tonight. It's our main event. Our main event is going to be Rhea Ripley against Asuka. Okay, yeah. We then get the match between Bayley and Roxanne Perez. Good match overall. I mean, I feel like both of these women are just awesome in ring. But the main story is the way that Bayley is gaslighting Lyra. You know, Lyra goes in to hug her after the match, and then she gets pushed off by Bayley. Bayley beats Roxanne, obviously. But then she gets pushed off by Bayley, and, you know, Bayley's like, don't touch me, you idiot. I don't know. Again, I'm here for it. Let's see where it goes. Before this, at some point, though, Dom is with the Judgment Day, and he's looking for someone to help him take care of the Rusev problem. You know, Finn Balor's like, yo, you're on your own. You know, you said El Grande was your guy. Go hang out with El Grande, bro. And then JD's like, all right, I'll do it, but not for you. It's for the good of the Judgment Day, right? Stupid. Obviously, this is the main storyline that we're working towards, right, is the breakup of the Judgment Day. But yeah, no, JD McDonough, he actually put on a really great match, man. Like, that match was really fun. He did put in a lot of offenses, you know. Yeah, no, that dude doesn't get enough credit, honestly, man. JD McDonough is so good in ring. And he plays such a cowardly heel, but yeah, no, he was cooking, man. I was here for it. I mean, of course, eventually Rusev got the win. He put in the whatever his submission is on JD, and he wouldn't let go. And you know, Dom climbs on the ring like he's gonna go help him, and he just, you know, he doesn't. He cowards, dude. He's just freaking coward. So, you know, eventually Finn comes out from the back to help him out. You know, kicks Rusev, does whatever he does. And yeah, I mean, what the hell, Dom? Help out your boys, bro. Jay versus LA Knight. Jay Uso versus LA Knight. We obviously get Vision interference here, which ultimately leads to Jay beating LA Knight. You know, LA Knight is more worried about the Vision being a part of this. And the expectation, right, is like, hey, let's both do this against the Vision. But Jay's like, nah, man, I'm here for the win. So he spears LA Knight. He does his the Uso splash on him. 1, 2, 3, boom, out the ring. As he's leaving out the ring, Jimmy's coming out and he's like, yo, help me out, man. Let's help this guy out. Jay's like, I'm out of here, man. I don't care. So then Jimmy runs in with a chair, and it's just Jimmy and LA Knight in the middle of the ring, just kind of, you know, confronting the Vision. Kind of, he's trying to help. LA Knight's on the floor. LA Knight's done, right? And then Jimmy Uso's just in the chair, just kind of like waiting to see what happens. Vision kind of steps back. Nothing happens. But yeah, no, Jimmy also in there to help LA Knight. Jay, just like Dom, just kind of like, I ain't about this life. We get an awesome video package for the Americano. So now it's El Grande Americano, and, you know, his brothers are the great Mexican wrestling family, the great Mexican luchador family, the Americanos. Listen, I said last week that I just needed them to tell me more about why they were so many, and we're getting it. So I liked it. I loved it. Thank you so much, WWE, for providing some background. And after that video package, AJ Styles and Dragon Lee go to Adam Pearce and they're like, we want a match against two of them. Whichever two you want, just give us two of them. So that's what we're getting next week. Like I said last week, I just needed some context. Why are there so many Americanos? Why it had been like 3, 4, 5 weeks that they've been showing up and like no one knows why. So I like this idea that like, oh no, they're actually this luchador family, the Americanos. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for providing background, WWE. After that, we get our main event. It's Rhea Ripley against Asuka. Great match, obviously, right? These two women. Apparently, Rhea has never beaten Asuka until tonight. So Rhea beats Asuka tonight. And of course, after the match, she gets misted by Asuka. Then Asuka calls Kairi in the ring so they can kind of beat up on Rhea. Rhea's there just getting destroyed by both of these women. Kairi's like hesitant, but she's still like, okay, whatever. Eventually, Io comes out to save the day, confronts Asuka. Asuka's like, all right, my bad, man. You're right. And then, boom, hits her with a spinning elbow, right? I think, if you looked at my predictions video for Crown Jewel, I think we're getting exactly what I said. I think at Crown Jewel, it's going to be Io Sky and Rhea Ripley against the Kabuki Warriors. I like it. Full on heel turn. Full on, turning on Io. None of this kind of like, will they, won't they kind of thing. And that's kind of how we went off the air, right? Both of them just destroyed on the floor. And the Kabuki Warriors just on top. Asuka just being that great heel. Asuka's such a good heel, man. Asuka is such an amazing heel, and I'm glad she's back. Let's give her more ring time. Let's give her more matches, man. Wrestling is so much better when she's a part of it, without a doubt. All right, overall, pretty good episode of Monday Night Raw. Honestly, better than WrestlePalooza. I would have rather have seen this on ESPN than WrestlePalooza. Yeah, just an overall great episode of Monday Night Raw. I'm not going to give it ratings anymore. I did that last week, and that's stupid. But it was pretty good. It was a pretty good episode. Not a lot to complain about. I don't care about the War Raiders and Penta anymore. I never did, but okay, let's call it. That's done. All right? Oh, leave it in the comments. Did I forget anything? Is there something that I got wrong? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? I don't know. Let me know. Peace.